Yes, finally we are at the halfway mark of the houses. Today we are going to talk about the seventh house, what it stands for in your horoscope, and everything you need to know about the seventh house coming up. Namaste and welcome to Vedic Astrology channel. I'm your host Prasad Mahazani, help you go further faster into Vedic astrological studies. Today we are going to discuss about the seventh house. What is seventh house? Seventh house, we are at the halfway mark of the 12 houses. We started with the first house, that is ascendant, Lagna, or the eastern horizon, the first house in your horoscope. I can't emphasize enough the significance of the first house because it is the most important reference point in Vedic astrological chart. People will always talk about what is your Lagna, what is your Lagna Lord. So you have to understand what is Lagna. Lagna is the first house or ascendant. Okay, keep that in mind. First house is very, very important. Seventh house is exactly opposite of the first house. What do I mean by exactly opposite? Sky is 360 degrees. Each house is divided into the 30 degrees compartment. Each house is divided into the 30 degrees of compartment. So there are 12 houses. So the sky is divided into 30 degrees each for 12 houses. And when I say it is exactly opposite, it is seventh from that house, and we have to count that house. Okay, what do I mean by that? If I have to count seventh from the first, I'll count the first house, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh. So the seventh house would be the directly opposite to the first house. You know the first house. First house is your eastern point at your time of birth. That is at the east point on your horizon. Seventh house is exactly opposite, exactly 180 degrees from the first house. That is, it is the west point on the horizon. It is the sunset. First house is sunrise. First house is about the beginning. Seventh house is about the endings, about the death. That's why it is also the Maraka house. What do I mean by Maraka house? Maraka literally means which is harmful. So second and seventh house are the Maraka houses. Okay. Seventh house is about the partnerships, the relationships, usually marriage relationships. Seventh house is all about the other people. Seventh house is the west point when the sun sets. Now we complete our work and it's time for us to relax with the family, to meet friends. It's all about the other person. Okay, keep that in mind. So seventh house is about other, first house is about self. Seventh house is also about the death. Seventh house is also about the partnerships. Seventh house is also about the travel. Okay, it is also the 11th from the 9th. So it shows the gains of your father, your gurus. Okay, it is 7th from the first. So it is the other self. First is yourself. 7 is the other self. Okay, 7th house is one of the most important house among the angular houses. Angular houses are 1, 4, 7, 10. 7, 10. The 7, the house which we are talking about today. The 7th house is an important angular house. 7th house also signifies the endings because it's sunset. Okay. 7th house is the last house which is below the horizon. If you observe the horizon, ascendant, it starts from ascendant, and the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and seventh house are below the horizon. First and seventh house depends on the degree, how much is above the horizon and how much is below the horizon. But yes, from house 1 to 7 are the houses which are below the horizon. and from 7 to 1, that is 7 depending upon the degrees, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 are the houses which we can see. And for this I request you to follow the sun at 12 p.m., that is at noon. It is directly above your head. What is directly above your head? It's the zenith. That is the brightest point in the sky. That is not north, that is zenith, which is right above your head. At 12 noon in afternoon, sun is at zenith. At 5 p.m. or sunset, sun is at the 7th house. Okay, so at rise it is on the 1st house, at afternoon it is in the 10th house, at the set it is in the 7th house, and in night there is no sun, so it's netter, it's deep down. Okay, so this is very interesting to know, and if you follow the sun you will know a lot about this. 7th house is the 9th from the 3rd house, so it also shows the luck of your siblings, because it is 9th from the 3rd house. 7th house is of air element. 7th house is also the important house in the Kama Trikon. What is Kama Trikon? Kama Trikon is the houses of your desires. Okay, so 7th house, what is the 7th house? It's about your sexual desires, the companionship you seek, the marriages. It's all about the other one. 7th house also represents the business, the commerce, and how you deal with other people. Your diplomacy. Your diplomacy is also seen from the 7th house. The diplomacy, are you, the planets, the signs, the aspects, the conjunctions, everything will decide the diplomacy. As in, if you have a Saturn, if you have an exalted Saturn, if you have Saturn in Mool Trikona Rashi in the 7th house, you will be the king of diplomacy, because Saturn itself is a very slow moving and a cunning planet. I won't say cunning, but it's very shrewd, because it is insecure. So he does not take anything for granted. He scrutinizes everything, and that's why he become very diplomatic. He won't commit to anything. He won't commit to anything wholeheartedly. He will look for the loopholes, and that's what makes it foolproof and diplomatic. What is the other end of the diplomacy? Business, commerce, trade is also seen from the 7th house. So let's summarize what is 7th house. 7th house is 180 degrees away from the 1st house, that is self. It is all about other. It is about the companionship, the sexual desires. It is about the marriage. It is about commerce, trade. It is about the diplomacy. It also signifies the travel. It is the house of others. It is the point in the sky wherein sun sets. We complete our work and we try to spend some leisure time with our friends and family. Okay, so this is one of the important angular houses, and this is the last point wherein we can see the sun. In the 4th house we can't see the sun. When it goes in netter, we won't be able to see the sun. This was 7th house, as much as I could hold, grasp and share with you guys. If you are new to my channel, please consider subscribing. You will be getting Vedic astrological videos just like this one, and that will help you decode the Vedic astrological secrets and tap into the potentials, the hidden potentials inside you. Hit the like button, keep watching Pramanik Astrology channel, otherwise we will see you in the next video. Love and peace.